world where every device in your home is remote controlled by corporations and government. You're now living in that world. They launched the sneak attack. They planned the whole technocracy takeover. But if you're aware of the globalists and their end game to literally starve and exterminate you, and you warn others and we start resisting, it's game over. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is here and it's anti-human. Let's take control of the future again. It is our destiny.
Hot one today with temperatures in the low 90s.
Even Mike Nelson would tell you Tuesday was a hot one.
The heat goes on.
Which is why Tony Tallarico tried to crank up the AC.
I mean, it was 90 out, and it was right during the peak period.
That's when he found out he had no control of his thermostat. A message from Excel on his thermostat saying temperature locked during an energy emergency.
And normally, when we see a message like that, we're able to override it. In this case, we weren't. So
His fault.
Goes on.
Which is why Tony Tallarico tried to crank up the AC.
I mean, it was 90 out, and it was right during the peak period.
That's when he found out he had no control of his thermostat. A message from Excel on his thermostat saying temperature locked during an energy emergency.
Pause.
Normally,
I got 5 seconds. This is going to go for your cars. This is going to go for your power. It's going to go for your children. It's going to go for your devices. Oh, your device is turned off. Oh, see? Oh, it's a technocracy. They're in full control of the environment. They've created an artificial environment that we have now been opted into by not knowing what it was really going to do. But I was here telling you. Now you're going to listen to me about the next phase, right? Shutting down society, fully collapsing things. Them saying, okay, accept the World ID card, go to work brigades, accept getting sterilized, accept do all these things, and then we'll let you have your phone on. We'll let your car work. We'll let you go to work. That's in the first part. This is a social credit score. It's not about not being a right-winger. It's not about not being a racist. It's not about, no, it's about being a Christian. It's about having children. It's about social engineering. You've got all these jellyfish that don't know they're caught in a trap. This guy's got his leg stuck in a bear trap. He thinks he sticks his other foot in, he'll be okay into another bear trap. The answer is recognize it, say no, and don't accept it. Continue.
That's when he found out he had no control of his thermostat. A message from Excel on his thermostat saying temperature locked during an energy emergency.
and normally, when we see a message like that, we're able to override it. In this case, we weren't. So our thermostat was locked in at
Pause again.
78%.
Back it up, please. 10 seconds. Again, it's all pre-programmed. They have the message ready. They're ready for the emergency. Just like they wouldn't let Texas turn up its power generation during the freeze 2 years ago. And this guy's like, oh, this thing just popped up. Well, I guess it's an emergency. I don't control my thermostat now. Well, it's for the best. It'll get better if we all just work through it, do what they say. Continue.
Period.
That's when he found out he had no control of his thermostat. A message from Excel on his thermostat saying temperature locked during an energy emergency.
And normally, when we see a message like that, we're able to override it. In this case, we weren't. So our thermostat was locked in at 70.
You could teach a master's degree in this, in mind control. Normally, when we see a message, they got you used to this. Oh, well, you see the messages, but you can override it. You can override the forced inoculation for now if you're in America, but soon you can't. They train you to see that incredible message, and then suddenly it's not an Amber Alert. Suddenly they've taken control of your phone, and you only get the messages they want. That's what the lockdowns were about, was a beta test of locking in your house for months, and everybody getting the same message so we can all have the same mass psychosis. Continue.
Alone, Excel confirms to Contact Number 7, 22,000 customers were locked out of their smart thermostats for hours on Tuesday.
It's a voluntary program. Let's remember that this is something that customers choose to be a part of based on the incentives.
Excel VP Emmett Romine says
That's the social credit score. We give you incentives because you won't be able to pay for this unless you do it. The power prices are so high in the new energy bailouts in Europe and Australia and Canada and the UK, but you're going to opt in to getting your energy bills paid to accept this, but then it won't be opt-in later. Oh, well, yeah, we confirm we did this, but this is up for our customers. I mean, they did this. Though all over the country, they made everybody take these smart meters. And we told you they'd do this, and now they did. Continue.
Customers enrolled in the Colorado AC Rewards program sign up to get money back, but give up some control for the greater good.
So it helps everybody for people to participate in these programs. It is a bit uncomfortable for a short period of time, but it's very, very helpful.
And it's rare. This is the first time since the 6-year-old program started that customers could not.
Because they put it in place years ago for the rollout. They've had years hotter than this the last 6 years. It's all made up. This is the Great Reset. They've made their move. And don't worry, it's going to be rare. Yeah, we're in control. It's you opted in. It's for your own choice. It's the same story over and over again. Finish this up, and then I want to play the clip from myself 12 years ago. Just doing a brief little analysis of this. Here it is.
They're smart thermostats. Excel says an unexpected outage in Pueblo, combined with hot weather and heavy AC use, led to the last-minute energy emergency.
To me, an emergency means there is, life, limb, or, some other danger out there, some, massive wildfires.
Tony's all about saving energy with solar panels and smart home systems, but he says he had no idea locked thermostats came with that, and it's not what he signed up for.
Even if it's a once in a blue moon situation, it just doesn't sit right with us to not be able to control.
Tony's not a bad guy. He's trying to be part of society. He believes the social contract is working with us because he believes it's a good end game. No. See, Tony has solar panels on his house, but under law all over the world, it's the same system. You can't have those solar panels in most jurisdictions unless it's into the power system. They don't want independent solar panels. The regulators, the zoning department will come out and shut you down in most jurisdictions. So he's self-sufficient, but he still doesn't get his power. See how that works? See how that works, Tony? Because this ain't about self-sufficiency, boy. It's about having you by your balls. Continue.
There's that in our house.
For the AC Rewards program, customers get a $100 credit for signing up and $25 every year. In exchange, Excel says the customers should be aware they could lose control of their thermostat in an emergency. Tony and many others were not aware, and he is now unenrolling. And
I mean, if you go back 6-7 years ago when they were first trying to use taxpayer money to put them in California and other areas, it was, don't worry, we won't control your thermostat. We're not going to spy on you. And industry insiders were going, no. This can gauge all your electrical use, and there's switches in all the new appliances that communicate with data down power line, and they're also wireless, and it's going to snoop on you. Well, now they admit it and said, we are going to control what goes on in your house. We are going to control how and where you can set it. So beyond 1984, and folks, they're just getting started. Now, let me tell you about the next level of control. We've covered water, we've covered power, we've covered food, we've covered borders. The real weapon.